Grissom is making his way onto the field. He will get a chance to punt for the Blue Devils. As 8.5 minutes remain in this ball game, and Tommy, it almost, and realistically it has been, the second half has been really nothing more than let's get out of here and go home.
Well, they're going to let this clock keep running. Bob Dillard gave the signal to Doyle Logue back in the secondary to let this thing run, and we won't. I tell you what, this may be a quick remainder of the football game.
Snap to Grissom is off the left side. He's going to run with it. He's got a lot of room. He's to the 30 and out, enough for the first down across the 40 to the 43-yard line. Tommy, I don't really think that play was designed to do that. It's just the snap to Grissom was far enough to his left. He didn't have much choice but to run.
Well, he took it on the run, and Bo Grissom gets the first down, and I hope the Cookeville folks understand that that was not a designed play, but that snap was bad, and Bo just took it in full stride, got around the end for first down yardage, and Terry, not a bad run for Bo.
Tommy picked up 8 yards and a first down for Lebanon.
And the officials are stopping play. They have a timeout. We'll take one as well and be back in just a moment.
Back at Lebanon High School, 7:34 to go, and the Blue Devils take over the football after the run by Bo Grissom.
So 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils. As a high formation behind Griffin, sees straight up the middle, 45-50, and down to the 47-yard line, almost another first down on that play. It'll be close, as Terry C. in the backup role has not done a bad job at fullback.
Sam, he picked up almost 10 on that play. He's run the ball 10 times, 68 yards, right at 7 yards a carry. Not a bad night for C.
The end of the ball game will come Jason Preston for the Blue Devils. Out comes John Harding. Preston will go wide to the right side as he will now go in motion over to the left. I formation behind Griffin. This toss sweep to the tailback. That's Titus Kelly, who gets to the 50-yard line and no further as John Davidson takes him down. And Tommy, the Cavaliers really are just putting 9 and 10 men up on the line because they know the Blue Devils are not going to throw.
Well, it's kind of a stalemate now, and I think it's going to be up to somebody like maybe a Cantrell who's got that burst right after line of scrimmage. If we can hit a quick opener, we could get a good gain, but with some of the sweeps and the slower developing plays with our second unit in there, we might have trouble moving the football.
So 3rd and short, C straight up the middle, fights forward, and looks to have had enough yardage for the first down. The line judge's spot is just past the 47, inside near the 46. And if that's the case, that'll be enough for a first. The sideline marker says yes, and they now say it is a first down and 10 yards to go for the Blue Devils. Under 6 minutes remaining now in this ball game. Kelly will come out. Cantrell is the tailback, and Damian C. remains the fullback. And Griffin will look over the 5-man line for the Cavaliers. Fumbles the ball. Bad snap as he dives forward for it. Will recover it. Will Griffin, but he and the center, I think Dinwiddie, didn't you say, Tommy, is in there at center right now having a little communication problem.
Griffin normally doesn't get a lot of snaps with this bunch, and that could be a problem. We've got Dinwiddie in there at center. At tackle for Lebanon, we got Rocky Gann.
So 2nd and 10, and whistles blow as the toss to Cantrell as they look over the play to the officials.
See if I can set that offensive front. We got Rocky Gann at a tackle. We've got Mark Lucas at a guard. Dinwiddie the center. We've got Cale Cripps at left guard, and at left tackle for Lebanon, first time we've called his name tonight, Chris Bain. Bain in there, sophomore, 220-pounder, going at that left tackle spot. Semstroth, the split receiver, and Reeder in at tight end.
So a loss of 5 on the penalty. 2nd down now and 15. Same play, toss to Cantrell right side. He will slip and fall at the 46-yard line, and that will bring up 3rd down and long as the Blue Devils need to reach the 37-yard line 4:45 remaining in the ball game. As Tommy, most of the starters here in this second half especially have been kind of bored.
No action at all for the first line players unless they happen to be on a punt team. And that's good. You got these kids work hard in practice, and it's rare when they can go out and get a lot of snaps in a game.
Reverse to Clemens. He has some running room, but will only get back to the line of scrimmage as Frank Madewell comes up to make the tackle right at the 47-yard line. So 4th down for the Blue Devils as Tressler, Griffin will be the punter. They both into the ball game. And deep for the Cavaliers will go Jason Madewell. Under 4 minutes now, 3:58, remaining in this ball game. 44-7, the Blue Devils on top of the Cavaliers. And Tommy, this may not be the worst of times to start thinking about next week.
Next week, this football team goes to Gallatin for a big, big regional football game against the Green Wave.
Snap to Grissom is a little bit late.
Man.
He will get it off. A towering punt that'll land at the 2 and go into the end zone for a touchback. And now some bumping and shoving between Frank Madewell and Bo Grissom as Madewell came in trying to block the punt. And Tommy, I maybe think that Grissom feels he was hit on that attempt.
Terry, that was a rocket off the foot of Bo Grissom.
Tommy, that was a booming 53-yard punt. It actually landed on the 1, skipped into the end zone, skipped back out for the touchback. 53 yards on the punt by Bo Grissom. Cookeville will take over on their own 20.
Sam, this reminder, the canned food drive begins next week on Monday, and if anybody is still watching this broadcast, all cans will go to the Community Help Center in Lebanon, so please bring those canned goods to Lebanon High School beginning Monday, October the 10th. We'll be in competition against Gallatin High School with the canned food drive, and that begins on Monday. The winner will be announced on Channel 2 during the 10 o'clock sports on Friday night of next week, the 17th. And this will be a great chance for folks to do something good for the community with this canned food drive. And please drop all those canned goods, non-perishables, by Lebanon High School beginning on Monday. Steve Malone, the Lebanon High principal, good enough to make us aware of that, and we at Lebanon Cablevision on this broadcast more than happy to oblige.
So 1st and 10 for the Cavaliers. We'll try to set the defense for the Blue Devils in just a moment. I formation, we have a new quarterback as Jess Shipley. Now the quarterback for the Cavaliers, straight give to the fullback up the middle. That is Geist. He will get to the 23-yard line for a 3-yard gain. So Chambers' evening seems to be done, and they have put Jess Shipley into the ball game. John Davidson is their starting quarterback. He has not seen any action this evening against the Blue Devils.
Sam, along that defensive front, we've got Tim Jacobs, who's now in the football game at a defensive end. Rob Pring is in the game at the other defensive end.
So 2nd and 7 for the Cavaliers. Shipley straight drop, wants to throw, unloads. It's complete over on the right side. Close to the first down will be, Lacey Williford completing the pass on the far side, just short of the first down inside the 30-yard line. As out of the ball game will come Rob Pring. Wholesale changes actually into the ball game. Goes Jason Henson. Out as well will come Jeremy Stafford. So 3rd and short for the Cavaliers. And movement on that line will take them back 5. 2:12 remains in the ball game. And as Tommy and I mentioned a little bit earlier, next Friday night, a game really, Tommy, that could be the stage of the season up at Gallatin.
Well, this is a game a lot of our folks have pointed to all year long. Gallatin, a traditional rival of Lebanon High School, and of course with them being in the region now, it means so much more. Gallatin comes into this football game 4-1 with a 3-1 overall record. Their only loss in the region was to Riverdale earlier this year.
3rd and 5 as straight give up the middle to the fullback, still on his feet is Geist, but he will be short of the first down. He's out to the 28-yard line. Into the ball game comes Tommy Hammond, the sophomore linebacker, as it is 4th down. Now wholesale changes being made for the Blue Devils. Tim Jacobs back in, as well as Michael Hale going into the ball game. Will Hager coming out.
Ronnie Presley comes off the field, Sam, and let's see who else we've got.